Hey. Hey. お願いします。はい。サイド。Lift the shoulders. Circles one way. Circles the other way. Wait. Do the up. Arms forward. The arms going back. Shomen. Hey, Yokomen. Stretching one side. And the side. And across one side. Across the other side. Close. Ahí, aquí. Hey, hand tight. Hey, ryoho. Both sides. G. Yoko. Ibuki. E. Ko. E. Ko. And E. Ko. E. Karao. Nine. Hey, knees. Circles, one way. Circles the other way. Hey, down, up, down, up, down, up. Your toes, out, up, down, down, up, down. So breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, out, in, out. Hey, hips. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Your legs, no, your hips. Hey, put your hand down, pivoting to one side, pulling forward. Hey. Do it again. Bring hand down, pivoting, and the other side. Do it again. Toes, raising your head, raising your hips. And your spine. And your hips. Side. And the other side. Hey, opening your legs side to side. Down, lower on one side. Lower on the other side. Toes up. One side. Toes up. Side. Hands in front. One side. Hands in front. Side. Open your legs. Elbows down. Coming forward. Back stretch. Forward again. Hips up. And walking backwards. Hands up. one side, opening to the other side. Hands down, moving forward, hips down, and hips back. Forward again. Hips up. Walking backwards. Back. Hands up. One side. And the other side. Hands down. Coming forward. Hips down. And hips back. Hey, sitting up. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathe. All right, so let's do 3 basic mobility exercises so we can keep our upper body, our lower body, and our core engaged. So the first one, okay, is going to be just our basic gorilla walks. Remember, putting your hands, starting from your pinky, moving into your index, your knees don't touch the ground, almost touch the ground. Jumping as deep as you can. So at some point, the weight of your body is on your upper body, and then you're transferring that weight into your lower body, into the motion of the gorilla walk. Okay, so please, hands down, hands in front, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and change to the other side. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, and up. Change to the other side. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, up. Change to the side. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, and up. Change to the side. All right, now this time we're going to do alligator push-ups. I'm down here. One hand forward. Okay, so that's how you can do it in your plank position. Then let's say left foot forward. Sorry, left hand forward. Right. You're in an oblique position. And from that position, pull yourself down, pull yourself up. Side, pull yourself down, pull yourself up. Good side, pull yourself down, push up, change, down, up, change, down, up, and change sides. Okay? So alligator push-ups, okay? So your hands and legs are in an oblique position, not parallel position, okay? So one forward, one back, okay? So one side, okay. Down, 1, change, 2, down, change, down, up, down, up, change, down, up. Alligator push-ups. Down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now all of these are kind of compound exercises, so they are not isolated exercises, so they are compound because although they are mostly working on one part of the body, for example, the gorilla works a lot on the hips, the alligator push-ups has a lot of impact on the upper body, but there are also many other parts of the body involved, so that's why they are kind of good. So the next one is the side kick through, so coming down into your spot, the hands halfway, they are not completely down, they are in front of you. You're going to put your knee down, pivot to one side, and extend. Engage your core muscles, hold for 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to the middle. Open to the other side, and stand and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back again to the middle. Open to one side, stand and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Middle, side, and stand and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Middle. Good. So now this time I'm going to do them continuously from one side to the other side. Okay, for a number of times. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20, and go. Okay, sitting down, please. Ushiro Ukemi. I'm going to do a progression of Ushiro Ukemis. So just keep paying attention. Okay, so starting with Ushiro Ukemi sitting down. 1, 2, 3, 4. This time, Ushiro Ukemi up to your knees. 1, 2, 3, 4. This time, Ushiro Ukemi all the way up to your feet, standing up. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now this time, as a continuation of your standing up, your leg is not going to stop just here. Your leg is going to completely come all the way up to your knee up and then on your way down. Okay, so all the way up to your feet, continuing to your knee. Okay, so 1, up and knee. 2, up, knee. 3, up, knee. 4, up, knee. Okay, so now let's go backwards. Okay, knee, standing, knee only, and sit. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, standing only. 1, 2, 3, 4, knee only. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sitting on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. All right, and then you can continue those sequences for as much as needed in order to give you a much better Aikido workout, you know, in the same way that the chains that we did before are compound exercises as opposed to isolated exercises. All our techniques, you could call them compound exercises because the idea is not Ikkyo, Iriminage, Kotegaeshi, not to isolate one part of the body, but to use the entire anatomy for the purpose of the technique. So in a sense, all Aikido techniques are compound exercises. If we are not careful, we make them isolated exercises. As in, for example, Kotegaeshi, and we only focus on twisting the wrist, as opposed to using the spine and the hips. You know, Ikkyo, we go up and we perform it by using our shoulders, as opposed to using the spine and the hips, and so on. So compound movements as opposed to isolated movements. I wanted to go very quickly through. There's quite a few people sick around Melbourne these days. There's a lot of flus and colds and things like that going on. So it means quite a few people have to be at home, and they have to be at home even longer if their symptoms persist a little bit. So it's very important to remember to try to keep some practice. Again, you know, even if you are at home, even if you are not feeling 100%, you know, but it's very important to do a little bit of warm up every day, a little of stretches every day, warming up, a bit of Tai Savaki, and a little bit of Kokyu. You know, those three things are super essential. Okay, warming up, Tai Savaki, Kokyu. If you have space where you can do a little bit of ukemi in any of the modalities that we just showed, you know, backward roll, sideways roll, or even front roll, then that would be ideal. But very important to keep that happening. Okay, so if in addition to that you want to move into the study of your waza, of your techniques, it's very important to maintain a certain process. Okay, so sometimes it's good, you know, just to not feel completely isolated. You know, to grab one of your weapons, the tanto, the jaw, the bokken, anything that you know you want to grab. Not so much to practice a weapon form, but just to have a tangible another object that gives us a reference point. So it's not, we're not necessarily to practice a weapon form, just simply the somatic experience of meeting another object, another physical form, which is what we do when we practice together. Okay, but let's say, for example, if we practice a form of Soto Mawaru or Soto Tenkan, you know, typically we keep our hand above, in this case, and above. Sometimes our hand goes down, sometimes our hand goes down. But let's practice this one for when hand goes down and then comes up at the level of the eye. Okay, that could be for a projection or just for a basic passage. Eye level, down, and level, and level, down, and level, and level, down, and level. Okay. So let's say that we want to practice that particular technique. Soto Tenkan and those sorts. But then we grab, we have a weapon, right? So first of all, you know, even if you have something just to give you a sense of, you know, connection with something, make sure to have correct ashisalaki, correct footwork. First of all, and most important, before you start playing up with anything up here, make sure that everything that is below is consistent with what you're trying to do. So, you know, in this case, you can just hold your weapon, okay? You slide and then you turn. And you change your hand, you slide, and you turn. You change your hand, you slide, and you turn. Change hand, slide, turn. So we could say, okay, that's a very basic ashisalaki, very basic footwork. So we understand it. Slide it, and turning, sliding, and turning. I'm still not doing anything fancy up, so just confirming the footwork, the ashisalaki. Now, once the footwork is confirmed, okay, I more or less have an idea of which footwork I'm doing. You know, I am sliding and entering, okay? Now, make sure that your hips are down and your core muscles are engaged, you know? So, hips down, core muscles engaged, slide, and turn. Down, the muscles engaged, slide, turn. Hips down, core muscles engaged, slide, turn. Hips down, core muscles engaged, slide. Okay. So now we got our feet, that's good. We're going on our hips and our core muscles, that's good. Now we're going to start to move with our object, okay? This sometimes can be just simply our hand, sometimes can be an object like the pocket or the jaw or the tanto. Make sure that that object always remains in front of you. It's aligned, you know, aligned to your body, okay? So make sure that whatever object you have is always aligned to your body. Careful to not open and leave it behind, open and leave it behind. So check your alignment with whatever object you're planning to practice with. So lower your hips, engage core muscles, perform your footwork, keep your alignment. 1, to the side, 2, 5, 3, 5, 4. Change. 5. Change. 6. Change. 7. Change. 8. Okay. So far we haven't really done anything fancy with the tool. It's just our somatic experience of grabbing an object, but we are checking on other more important things. How is your footwork going? How is your hips and core muscle going? How is your alignment with your hand and therefore your object going? Okay? Good. So now that we have those three, then we can start playing a little bit with the level, you know, with the upper body, with the arm. Okay? So in this case, we say, let's go up, go down. Let's go up, down, and up. Let's go up, down, up, down, up. All right. So now, if that we want to translate that into the use of a weapon, how would that look? Maybe we look something like up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, so let's play with that shape on the upper body. So we have a similar shape without a weapon, and then with a weapon. Okay, so up hand, weapon on the opposite hand, free hand in front, connect the weapon, go down, and then come with hand, on hand, connect to the weapon, down and up. With hand, connect to the weapon, down, up. Free hand, connect to the weapon, down. So now the ude sabaki, for the shape of the arm, is finding something to connect, and then is following a pattern or a vector. Finding something to connect, and is following a pattern or a vector. Okay? Right. So we have footwork, we have hip and core, we have alignment, and now we have shape of the arm. Okay, let's see if we can put some of that together. Okay, so remember, once again, slowly, lower your hips, engage your core muscles. Make sure that you know what you're doing with your feet, make sure what you're doing with your hands, make sure to keep it together. Okay, so, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? All right, so if we are more or less physically, our mechanics are getting right, our feet, our hips, core muscle, our arms, and our physical alignment, now we bring together our breathing. Okay? Breathing. So this exercise, because it's very basic, it has only 2 movements. So breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, out. Now activate your koku. Activate more consciously. Your koku was always activated, hopefully, otherwise you passed out. Okay, so hopefully you were always breathing, but now breathe consciously. Okay,
breathe properly in Kokyu Ho, and breathe harmonizing with the movement, Kokyu Dosa. Okay, so here, go. 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 All right. So now we need to be careful because there's one more thing that we need to practice in a minute. But up to that moment, you know, the footwork, you know, the core hip engagement, the alignment, the arm movement. We need to be very careful because the most important things are especially hip core engagement, you would say, alignment, foot movement, and then arm movements, maybe in that order, okay? So that's kind of the most important things to always nurture your technique. If we are not careful, yeah, the arm movement will overtake the entire imagination of the exercise, right? So be very careful that you are not more worried about making a cool shape with the weapon, something, you know, something kind of cool, but completely throwing away everything else that is more important for Aikido practice, not for the weapon, but for Aikido in general, which is, you know, your correct engagement of your hips and your core muscle and your spine, all of that together, the correct alignment of the movement, the correct footwork that you're practicing, and then at the very end, the correct arm movement that you're practicing. But so it's not that arm movement is not important. It is obviously important. It's essential for good Tai Savaki. But we, if we're not careful, the arm movement is going to capture the imagination of the movement. So careful with that. Okay. So once after we have done breathing, we start just practicing that part of the Kokyu. Is Kokyu Ho, breathing properly. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Engaging your core, engaging your diaphragm. You know, to have deep abdominal breathing. And then Kokyu Dosa, which is inhaling and exhaling or breathing in harmony with the movement that you are trying to perform. In this case, Soto Mawaru or Soto. Finally, if you have the energy and if you have the space and you're not going to annoy anybody, you can bring Kokyu Ryoku, which in this case will be manifested, in this particular case, in the form of a kiai, like a kiai, because that's when your intention of your mind, the intention of your heart, and the movement of your body kind of come together. Your mind, your heart, your breathing, your body, everything comes together and manifests as something powerful, which in our case we're going to translate it into a kiai. Okay, so this time you can go each breathing in and kiai, for example. Breathing in and kiai. Okay, so try to maintain all the other elements of the practice alive and aware of. And now let's try to move into Kokyu Ryoku, power of breathing, which in this particular case manifests as kiai. We're practicing that on solo. That happens also when we're practicing partners, you know, so with kiai, but with a partner, sometimes it's more obvious because it's the outcome of the technique. Okay, so Kokyu Ryoku, ahí está. Here. So if we grab that little sequence of practice, then pick any technique you are studying or any technique you are struggling with or any technique that you love doing, and just try to follow the same sequence, okay? Confirmation of footwork, engagement of hips, core muscle and spine, okay? And making sure that you are aligned physically with the motion, correct use of the arms, correct use of your breathing, and finally, putting it all together with power in Kokyu Ryoku or in the form of a Kiai. Okay, so let's grab another technique, for example. This one is good to practice solo because it hopefully gives us a couple of habits that are really important to manifest, which is Ikkyokura. Okay, so we're going to step in, we're going to lower our hips, and we're going to slide. You know, in this case, for Joko Okuriashi, which is what we study here. So let's just again confirm the footwork. We're going to step in, we're going to lower our hips more, and we're going to slide. Okay? We're going to step in, we're going to lower our hips, and now we're going to slide. Okay? We're going to slide out 45, 90 degrees, anything. Okay? So you're going to step in, lower your hips, and slide. Okay? Confirming the footwork, stepping in, lower hips, and slide. Confirming the footwork, stepping in, lower hips, and slide. Okay? So those three motions, very basic. You know, this is before the oshimai, before the pinning. So just that part for the moment. All right. So it's simply a step, a lowering, and then a slide. A step, a lowering, and then a slide. Okay? So now, once again, that's the footwork. Now, make sure that you engage your core muscles and that you have your hips down already. Okay? So, engage core muscles, hips down. Stepping in, lowering it more, and slide. Release core muscles. Okay? Engage core muscles, lower your hips, stepping in, lower, slide. Good. Side, engage core muscles, lower hips, stepping in, lower, and slide. Good. The other side. Okay. Engage core muscles, lower hips, stepping in, lower, and slide. Alright, so now remember your core muscles. Okay, remember your core muscles. Now, let us move to the arm movement before we check alignment. Okay, the arm movement, because it's going to be Ikkyo, is very simple. It's just simply up and down. Up and down. So up, down, and move together. Up, down, move. Up, down, and move together. Up, down, and move. Okay? Now, that's the simple action of the arms. And one important thing, that is an important habit with Ikkyo, remember, control the elbow with both hands. Do not control the elbow with one hand and the wrist with the other hand. Okay? Control first the elbow with both hands, and then separate into the wrist and the elbow. Okay? So control the elbow with both hands, down, and then you can separate between wrist and elbow. Okay? But careful to not control, careful that in the moment of contact, you have not one hand on the wrist, one hand on the elbow, but both hands on the elbow, please. Control, and then you can separate the wrist and elbow. Okay? So, but in the beginning, together. So perform this exercise, you know, in a way that the hands are together, you lower, and the hands separate. The hands are together, you lower, and then separate. The hands are together, lower, separate. Okay, so hands up and down, but important the hands are begin together because both hands have to enter at the level of the elbow as opposed to one in the elbow and one in the wrist. Okay, so footwork, stepping, lowering, sliding, arm movements, hand together up, down, and then separate. Okay, core muscle engage, hip down, up, down, separate. All right. So now, okay, alignment, and this is an important one because especially in Ura form, how do we do this? Here. Okay. 1, 2. When the hands separate, the hand that is on the elbow must always be in front of me. Okay. The most common mistake that all of us do is that we shoot into my slide. the hand is left behind, and then I have to drag the person towards me. So remember, once you lower, and you have the elbow in front of you, when you slide, the elbow is always in front of you. The elbow is always in front of you. The elbow is never left behind in order to drag. Okay? So we can perfect that motion of alignment. That's going to be very helpful. So let's practice. Okay, stepping in, lowering, keep the elbow in front, and slide, keep it in front. Okay. Stepping in, lower, separate, elbow is in front, keep it in front. Stepping in, lower, separate, elbow is in front, keep it in front. Stepping in, lower, separate, elbow is in front, keep it in front. Okay? So now, I'm running out of time. So, footwork is fine. Okay? Hip, core muscles, spine, more or less. We are getting some certain tips and habits of how to use our ude sabaki and te sabaki, our arms and our hand, especially the idea that the hands are always in front of our center. They don't get behind from our center. Now let's see if we can breathe. Koki. Breathe in, breathe out, in, out. Let's just do it slowly in 4 moments. You, go, you, go. 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 All right, that's your breathing. All right, let's finish off with kiai. Okay, with kiai last time. In this case, let's just do the first part. We're just going to go yish, yeah, and then we're going to do kiai in this part, first part of the EQ. Okay, and we end up and bam, control the person down as quick as possible before we go into the Joko Uriashi, into the slide. Okay, so here. Yeah. Yeah. Side. Yeah. Yeah. Side. Yeah. Yeah. Side. Yeah. Here, bench. Here, bench. Here, bench. Here, go. Let's finish up. So, if you are at home recovering, hope you recover very soon. You have to stay away for a little bit. Every day, a little bit of warm-up, a little bit of tai sabaki, a little bit of kokyu, very, very important. And then if you want to practice your waza, begin by clarifying which footwork are you using. Have your footwork well clarified? Once you have that, remember to use your core muscles, your hips, your spine, important. Once you have done that, play a little bit with your arm motions, which arm movement is the one that belongs or corresponds to that particular technique. It's fine. Once you have that, make sure that you're moving in alignment, everything's moving together. Your lower body, core, and upper body are moving aligned, so without one delaying and one leading time. You can do that, then bring your breathing into the exercise. If you can do that, then at the end, bring your kiai, your power into the exercise. So if you follow more or less a little bit that framework, then you can practice the most basic type of techniques in our training. You don't have to go with anything complicated. The most basic techniques for our training, and that will hopefully remind you of the important habits of your day-to-day practice. Okay? Hope everyone recovers very soon, and see you in the
Hey! Hey! Arigato gozaimashita.